I hope you don't get the sickness.
My boy Kurt is a stay-at-home dad, watching Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedle dumb, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leaves him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beast dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need 3 wishes. Stay-at-home Disney dad.
Everyone, the third and final Aladdin VHS movie in the bin. What a happy sandwich. It's coming to an end. Okay, Robin Williams is back for a third trip around Agrabah. Right off the bat, you unfortunately notice the discount animation style, but we start. The guard is angry because the princess is marrying a, quote, street rat. An Aladdin movie just isn't an Aladdin movie without abusing the term street rat. This guy complains about this to a beggar, but surprise, the beggar was actually the genie who sends fireworks into the sky and turns it into the movie title. They sing about a wedding and Genie does a Rocky Balboa impersonation. We cut to Aladdin and Abu. Aladdin is sad, and then the Genie turns into a giant and yells at him. Aladdin says he needs something, and the Genie thinks he's talking about a bachelor party, but no, he finds a box with a sword in it and says he needs it for his wedding day. Hashtag original red wedding. I hope I used that term right. I still haven't seen a minute of Game of Thrones, although everyone tells me I'm apparently in it. Well, not all of me, but apparently I look like this guy. Genie pep talks Aladdin. Yeah, you of all people should be nervous about marriage there, Aladdin. We're a homeless thief, and you're about to marry a princess and live in a rich castle and become a prince. Yeah, don't jump into anything too quickly there, buddy. You know, who knows? Maybe there's something better out there for you. Play the field. Can I pause for a second, though, and explain how a trip to Disney World made Jasmine my favorite princess?
Hey, what's up?
Did I tell that story last time?
You want a picture?
No, I think I did. We'll move on. We meet a weird Disney version of Wolverine, and this was back before Disney owned Wolverine. This movie was never mind. If you're under 20 and you're watching this, there was a time when Disney didn't own, never mind, this is too confusing. The timeline of Disney gobbling up other companies is just a tangled web, and I'm just going to leave it for now. There's a bad guy with 3 claws on his hand like Wolverine. He's going to start trouble. Iago is still a good guy and part of Team Aladdin, which is nice continuity from the second movie. Genie is interviewing guests coming to the wedding like he's on the red carpet. That's kind of amusing. The wedding starts. Genie says it's a Kodiak moment, not a Kodak moment, so he turns into a large bear. Okay, Jasmine's father is about to give her away when Wolverine and some guy with his face covered, they make their move. Bumbler cronies come out of their hiding place everywhere. Genie is crying and blows his nose into the carpet because he's sad about the wedding, which is pretty funny and gross. The henchman can't get an elephant to stampede through the wedding, so evil Wolverine stabs it in the butt with his claws, and then the elephant stampedes through the wedding and destroys everything, and the henchmen attack and rob everyone. Okay, so they knew every rich person in Agrabah would be at this wedding, so they want to rob them. And, it's a pretty solid storyline. They keep showing the henchman boss who has his face covered. Who could that be? I'm going to go with Jafar. I'm going to guess Jafar. It's weird seeing the palace guards that all hated and tried to kill Aladdin now fighting alongside Aladdin. The guy with his face covered calls himself the King of Thieves. I don't know. That seems like something you can't call yourself. Like cocky. I'm told you can't ever call yourself cocky. The music suddenly turns into a riff from Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini, that song from the 60s. Then the Genie is Forrest Gump. I want him to change into Robin Williams' character, like Peter Pan in the Disneyverse. So we have Robin Williams as the Genie doing Robin Williams as Peter Pan. I'll take a sip of coffee and let you roll that around in your brain for a second. Meta. We meet an oracle spirit floating girl ghost who tells Aladdin that she can answer all of his questions, including ones about his father. And oh, by the way, your father is still alive. Jasmine sneaks out again in disguise. Weird she still has to do that. She meets Aladdin in a ruined city. Aladdin is not sure if he wants to actually meet his deadbeat dad or not now. She claims she's already met him. And he's like, what? You met my dad? And she's like, well, I know you and you are him. What? That was so mean. Not cool, Jasmine. Before he can call her out on her bullshit, she breaks into song and then he joins and turns it into a duet. And not a good one. The Oracle returns because someone has to stop this song. He asks where his father is. She says he has to follow the trail of 40 thieves. Aladdin takes Abu, Iago, and the carpet, and the adventure begins. Just like that, he found the 40 thieves. The King of Thieves looks at the water and actually says, oven sesame. Pretty sure that was supposed to say open sesame, but either way, oof. Open sesame. Long day at the writer's table? As a stay-at-home dad, however, oven sesame should be my magic word. Anyway, the water parts and the thieves ride through. Aladdin quickly follows and they have found the secret room full of treasure. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? It's got like an Egyptian tomb kind of vibe to it, which is really cool. The 40 thieves all hang out inside and the overworked animators are like, why couldn't it have been Aladdin and the 3 thieves? Okay, the King of Thieves is Aladdin's dad. I should have seen that coming. That's actually embarrassing. Aladdin and his crew are caught though and the group wants to kill them, but the dad's like, Aladdin! And so he tricks the masses and decides instead of killing them, he will test them. Aladdin faces off against the giant Wolverine guy and he's told only one survives. This is actually kind of scary. Wolverine is massive and stabs at Aladdin. Aladdin delivers a sweet sidekick. The battle knocks over some torches and now they're fighting as the place burns down around them. This is a good fight scene. Aladdin ends up hanging from a cliff like you do, like Mufasa and everyone else, and he falls. Long live the king. But Aladdin uses his sword to dig into the side of the mountain to slow his fall, which he does, but then he looks up and Wolverine is doing the same thing with his claws. They continue to scuffle at the bottom and Wolverine ends up going over and falls to his death. For those of you with their calculators out, that leaves us with only 39 thieves. Aladdin is celebrated, and I guess he's the new 40th thief. They celebrate as all gangs of murderous thieves do, with a show tune. Hard cut to Wolverine, he's actually alive, and he's in the ocean beating the shit out of sharks. Time for levity. The genie is planning Jasmine's second wedding because Aladdin is probably dead by now. Dark. Genie does a bit and he turns Jasmine into a few different princesses like Cinderella and Snow White. Then he gives her a Minnie Mouse body and then a Jessica Rabbit body. If I had to choose. Back at the 40 Thieves, they all tell Aladdin their one rule is that they never kill the innocent. Although didn't they just try to kill Aladdin? Like what was he guilty of? Anyway, the leader, Dad, tells Aladdin of their ultimate goal. To get the Hand of Midas. It's a myth. No, it's not a myth. His dad tells him, he had no idea what it's like to be poor. So do deadbeats' dad think kids magically become wealthy when they bounce? Intriguing. Aladdin's rebuttal, you don't know what it's like to be a street rat. You could play a street rat drinking game with this franchise. I wonder if Disney patented the term street rat and are just exhausting their investment. Iago casually mentions, I know where the Hand of Midas is. Just like that. Wolverine is an Agrabah and ratting out his former 39 thief friends. He whispers the secret words to the city's guard. Open sesame. Okay, it's daylight now and he tries to open the secret door, but the guy can't remember the words. It's like, Ash, yeah, okay, maybe I didn't say every single syllable, but I said most of it. He eventually gets it right, and the hideout is revealed. Aladdin and his thief dad are back at the palace, and he actually introduces himself as the King of Thieves. Smooth, Dad. We now have an excuse for the genie to play out every macho male movie character in succession. You know, I feel like someone has to say this. The genie kind of ruins these movies. No disrespect to the late Robin Williams. He does a great job with it, but enough. He's constantly at a 9, and the movies would be a lot better if he was at a 4 or a 5. But the parodies just keep on coming. The genie is the Brady Bunch, and then he's the Godfather, and I want to meet the one person in the world who actually watched the Brady Bunch and the Godfather back to back. Back at the hideout, the guards have arrested all the bad guys except the King of Thieves, who is at Aladdin's wedding, which is happening now. Genie turns into Pumbaa and claims he had an out-of-movie experience. Aladdin's dad is suddenly in the treasure room about to steal a scepter and claims he's going straight after this, but he's caught and arrested. This has got to be a big misunderstanding. Iago claims it is anyways. Aladdin instantly turns on his dad now. Now I know why you came back. Aladdin tells the genie he wants his dad's clothes. What? Okay, is that a typo? Aladdin changes his mind again, and now he's going to break his dad out of prison. I'm so confused. But honestly, seeing Aladdin dressed like the King of Thieves is pretty badass, so I'm going to go along for the ride. Okay, I guess he did want his dad's clothes. That did make sense. Aladdin breaks into the jail and breaks his dad out. They're both dressed alike, so the guards will chase Aladdin, thinking he's the King of Thieves, while the real King of Thieves, his dad, escapes the other way. The guards claim he's not a man, he's a demon! And that escalated really quickly. The chase scene is really good. Lots of amazing temple exteriors as Aladdin makes his escape. One guard catches Aladdin thinking it's the King of Thieves, but he's unmasked and the guard claims no, it's the Prince of Thieves. What year is this? Kevin Costner can't be happy with that quote because everything I do. You know, how can we have an Alien versus Predator and a Freddy versus Jason, but no Aladdin versus Robin Hood? And not the stupid Fox Disney one. I'm talking Kevin Costner. Let's animate 1991 Kevin Costner's Robin Hood and have him go head to head with Aladdin. That one's on the house, Disney. You can have that. Aladdin is mad at his dad again. Will they, won't they? Dad says he's never ran from anything. Aladdin says, yes, he has. His family! They agree to go their separate ways, and then Aladdin tells Iago to go with his dad, and the bird is like, peace out! The Wolverine guy shows his face back at the hideout, and all the grunts have been freed from jail. I guess he bailed them all to get him on his side. Wolverine gets the henchman on his side by singing a song, as you do. Are you in or are you out? Personally, I'm almost out. Can we get this train back on the tracks, please? Although, to be fair, this bad guy Wolverine is growing on me. I think I like him better than Jafar. This guy is just like an ass kicker and isn't an overdressed, lanky wizard who acts all droll. The King of Thieves actually has the scepter now and returns to his hideout where he expects his henchmen to be on his side, but they're waiting because they're at first Wolverine now and they attack, and now the King of Thieves and Iago are tied to the ship's mast. He asks the scepter where he can find the hand of Midas. The oracle returns and says, the Vanishing Island will be seen at dawn. She will show them the way. I'm getting back into this movie. The term street rat is used again. Aladdin tells the Sultan he broke his dad out of jail and invited him here. The Sultan says, well, the main thing is that Aladdin said he was sorry. Okay. Saluk, that's got to be the name of the Wolverine guy. Saluk has his dad, and Aladdin now wants to save his dad from Saluk. So, make up your mind, Aladdin. The ship arrives at the Vanishing Isle. Saluk is mad because he can't see anything. He threatens to kill the King of Thieves because he's tired of his tricks. Okay, number one, it's called the Vanishing Isle, so you might not see it right away there, big guy. And number two, his tricks? What are you talking about? He was there when he asked the oracle. They were all there. How is that a trick? Anyway, the island emerges. It's on the back of a turtle. The genie starts wrestling the turtle. Now, it's a half Nelson. It's a full Nelson. It's an Aussie Nelson. I have no idea what he's talking about. Half this movie is genie tomfoolery, and the majority of it goes over my head, even though I'm totally the demographic at the time. Aladdin saves his dad again. Inside the castle, they find the hat of Midas, but before they can grab it, the turtle starts diving back underwater, and the place starts filling up with water. Is it too late to be this much invested into this movie? Because I'm loving it. The pace and the animation and the tone have all picked up in the last 5 minutes and are clipping along wonderfully. They climb up to safety, which happens to be where the hand of Midas is. Aladdin tries to remove it in like an Indiana Jones kind of way. He grabs it and he throws it to his dad, and his dad uses it to turn everything into gold, the walls, the water. This is surprisingly awesome. So Luke wants the hand of Midas, so the King of Thieves throws it to him, he catches it, and then he turns into gold. He turns into a gold statue that slowly tumbles backwards off the platform and into the water below where he sinks. You know, that has got to be one of the coolest death scenes I've ever seen in a Disney movie. The dad takes his cloak off and he lets it fall in the water, and that seemed important or symbolic, I don't know. Aladdin says he must be happy he finally has his treasure. The King of Thieves says the hand wasn't the real treasure. Aladdin was. I like to think this is how convicts talk to each other when they're having like a special moment after they're both out. The King of Thieves says he doesn't want the curse though, and he throws the hand into the ocean. The turtle sinks and we see a black and white steamboat chugging away in the distance. And it's the genie at the wheel like Steamboat Willie, and all right, fine. Yeah, you win. I like that one. That was pretty good. They're finally all back at the wedding, and Iago says the monkey cried at the wedding, and I just realized that we haven't seen Abu in like 45 minutes. We get a narrator singing the rest of the storyline, like what happens after, kind of like the rap at the end of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Aladdin and Jasmine kiss, we fade to black, credits, yeah, Robin Williams. Still the genie in number 3. This movie was pretty good, a redeeming end to the Aladdin VHS trilogy.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best. I was wondering if the man has some kind of a hold over the channel that he's allowed to be employed for so long with the standards of journalism and personal appearance that he has. Thank you.